Okay, so today we will create this generative drawing. We got the two segments, the center one and the bottom, and we can also switch between them by clicking the one on keyboard. So okay, so let's start. Okay, so first step is to create a brush. In my case it will be a circle top, and here in the common tab I will change the resolution to get a 4:5 ratio. Okay, and now we need to make it smaller. So just decrease the radius here to something like this, and increase the softness to get a blurry dot. So maybe a little bit bigger. Oh yeah. And now create the transform. We will use it later. And a feedback top. Create a composite. Link a transform to composite, and drag and drop composite to feedback. And now change the operation here to over. Okay. I will also create a RGB key on the end of a chain and make it visible in the background by hitting the display here. Okay. And now we need to create a chop segment with a movement of our dot. So it will be based on a noise chop. So create a noise, and we need two channels to both axes. So in the channel names here, make X and Y. Okay. So now in the common tab, change this parameter to on time slice. Okay, and now I will create a null here and send these values to transform. Okay, X to the first one and Y to the second one. Okay, and now I will create a keyboard in chop here and send this value to feedback to the pulse. And now I can reset our feedback by clicking the 1. Okay, and now I need a math chop here and change a range to from -1 to 1 to -0.5 to 0.5. Okay. Because before this our brush was going outside our canvas, so now it should be okay. Okay, and now create a limit chop here and change the value in the quantimes tab to this, in this parameter quantimes value to sailing. Okay, and now we have a dots. Okay, and maybe change this value step a little bit to to something smaller, maybe like this. Okay, and now we need a smooth transitions between these points here. So I will create a filter chop. Okay, and this filter width here make a little bit smaller, and also we can change a noise period to something bigger to get a slower movement. Okay. Okay, I will increase filter width a little bit. Okay, and now we need to create a cache top here, and 2 times cache top, and composite, and link the cache, bottom cache to the composite, and now change the operation to over. Okay, and now we need to do the thing that if this cache is working, is active, the second one is not. So we will make here our keyboard in parameter, not parameter, but operator count, and in the count tab change the limit to loop min max, and here limit maximum to 1. Okay, now add a null and send this value to the first one, cache here, and to active parameter. Okay. Okay, so now this one is not active if I press 1. Okay, and now we need to invert this value here, because we want to, if this working, this not. So add a math chop here, and in the range change, invert these values here, so it will be 1, 0, and add a null and send this value to cache 2, to the active. Okay, so now if I click 1, this working and this work. Okay, but we need to make this, to offset this at the bottom, so I will create a transform here. Okay, something like this. Okay, and add a constant top here to change the color to the green. Okay. Okay. And now we will add feedback here, because sometimes sometimes our image is visible for microseconds for a while. Okay, so now I will create here a feedback chop, because sometimes if I click a one, the previous image is visible for microseconds, so I don't want to be in this way, so just add feedback here. So this message is first message here, and this feedback slow a little bit the second one. So first is resetting our feedback, and next is changing here active parameter. Okay, and now we'll add texture to this shape here. So add a noise, change in the output tab to input times noise. Okay, and here in alpha change to 0. Okay, and change the type of noise to alligator, period to something small, increase the amplitude and offset it to something like this. We can copy it. Okay, and with this one do the same thing. So okay, link it here, this one disconnect, and change the seed here, so we get the other noise. Okay, and I think that's all. Thank you, and you can also check my Patreon and the other tutorials. So see you soon.